Hey guys, this is Cree. Welcome back to the right side of 50. I left off, I know, talking about the perimenopause and the perimenopause woes, okay? So let's just jump right into it, okay? Perimenopause, menopause, the only difference really between those two is the absence of a cycle or your period, okay? With perimenopause, you have to have been without a cycle for 12 months. If you haven't, then you're not technically in menopause. That's where the perimenopause comes in. So you're going through the same symptoms for the most part. Everybody's different as far as what they experience. But my issue here, one night I got it and I was disappointed. I seen the traces of it and I was like, damn it, because again, I've been trying to count down so that I could be official, okay? Because I already have symptoms, of menopause and everything else. It's just, why have the cycle? Why waste my time with the cycle? Because it's an inconvenience. I'm not trying to have any more children, so let's be done with it, right? That's my thought process. I've talked about getting rid of the fibroids, and I'll get back to that in a minute. But so here we are, the next day, first full day of having it after like 3 months. I'm sitting there at the desk. I'm working on a claim. I'm very deeply involved as usual with that crap. So I was working on a claim. All of a sudden I had to sneeze. I sneezed. Let me just tell you, TMI, I know. So if it's too much for you, this is probably the time to click off. But anyway, let's just say it was a mess. It looked like a battlefield, okay? So I never, it just, what it did, it's so hard to explain. A sneeze, and then next thing you know, it's, think of the effect of a diaper almost, okay? Because just remember, I have pads on it this time. So, and notice I said pads. I think I might have had 2 on at this point, okay? So, I had pads and yet I sneezed. And some way, somehow, it still crept and found its way out like squirt, okay? It squirted, puddle. Let's just say that. Puddle, okay? At my feet. I stood up, it was at my feet. I have tile floor, good thing. So I got up, cleaned myself up, came back, cleaned up, went in the shower, did what I needed to do. And it was so hard because I'm telling you, when you're at that point, it's so much going on. You're trying to have a 3-minute breaking moment so that you can get yourself situated again, so you don't get it. It was just everywhere. Just understand that. So after doing that, I went back to my desk. I cleaned up and everything. After doing that, what did I do? I messaged my manager to let her know that I was urgency ill, whatever the case, and I was logging out, and I'll just, deuces. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? So I got off. I wasn't feeling all that great. A little bit of cramping, not a whole lot. I've never been a big cramper, but if I can tolerate it, I do. I take ibuprofen only when I really have to have it, okay? So here I am. Here's a mess. Here's this. Now I'm going ahead. I'm padding back up, doing everything else. And let's just know that I repeated that process probably 2 or 3 more times that day. So I ended up doing a lot of laundry on moments like that because I'm constantly messing up. Even I try to stay on top of it. The only reason to go to the emergency room, honestly, is if you find yourself feeling very weak or you're just losing just such a crazy amount of blood that you just know you need to go, okay? I had just had a physical the week prior, so my iron levels, because my iron levels were good. So I knew that there was no issue or risk with that part, okay? So, I went ahead and, proceeded. I said if I got really weak or whatever else, I would check myself in, but I didn't because I was losing a lot of blood, at least, but it's the amount that I've lost in the past. The only difference is my levels were not good at that time, but they're good now. So, so anyway, you guys, I went through that for 2 days straight. I ended up not going to work the next day because at this point now it has hit me. And now I am a little weaker. I wasn't feeling good. That uneasy feeling. Your stomach. I wasn't fit enough to be sitting a certain way and doing what I needed to do and try to focus. So I went on and I just took the next day off as well. So that was 2 days that I was going through this. And then here we are. I'm still in that mode, but just very light. It's trying to work its way out, to go away, to end the cycle. So that's where I go through. That's been kind of part of my journey with that part of the process. Like I said, I did research with the fibroids to get that diminished, and then the beginning of the year I forgot the deductible starts all over, so I held off on that. Plus, again, like I said, it was, at that point my period was coming like every other month or something. I don't know, it was just doing something unusual. So I said, well, let me wait a moment. And then next thing you know, couple of months, 2 months, 3 months, and then here, and actually, yeah, I think it was 3 months I was without. So here we are in the 4th month, and now it started back up. So I may still consider doing that, to have the fibroid. It's a small one that I have, and then I have a rather large one, and that's the one that causes the trouble. It's non-cancerous. We have already had it checked out multiple times. It's not that. It's just an inconvenience because I can feel it, and at certain times of the month, they tend to move, and it's just an inconvenience. Plus, like I said, it causes a lot of the loss, a lot of the blood loss. So anyway, I didn't want to go the surgical route. I wanted to go more of the non-invasive, which is, having them. I think what is it called, UF or IF, whatever the case is. I can't remember right now because I get it confused with the conception. People who are trying to conceive, and they have to go through that IFU, VF, and whatever. So it's similar like that. It's just a method where they take the substance and they shoot it. They have to go through your artery. Okay, so usually they'll go through the groin. Sometimes they may have to go in other entrance points, but they shoot some type of substance in there through your arteries, so that way it'll shrink. It shrinks the fibroids, okay? So that's what I consider doing, and you're kind of like in a twilight stage, so you're awake. You're not under anesthesia, like all the way down. You're not. So because it's the same day process, you go in and you walk out. So I consider doing that. I may still do it, but we'll just see. I'm monitoring it. I was hoping everything would just kind of go away on its own. You can feel it. So when I bend down and we'll say clipping my toenails, putting lotion or whatever on my feet and my legs, anything that requires bending over, certain times of the month I can feel that fibroid, and I can feel it when I fold, when I go down. So it causes inconveniences like that. The folding, anything that requires me to bend over, that's where the inconvenience of the fibroid comes in. So yeah, so we'll see. I'll go ahead and like I said, I'm gonna have to go back and forth with that, but right now that's not my priority. It probably should be, guys, but I'm no different than anybody out here right now. I'm in survival mode, so I'm trying to keep myself as healthy as possible, but I'm still sitting there, you know, battling the usual with my employer and anything else that I'm trying to do. Okay. So anyway, I'll revisit this. You know, we'll pick up on this later with some of this and this conversation. If you guys have any questions, um, I imagine my audience or whoever would be drawn would be somebody who's probably going through it now or about to or already have gone through it. Great. Tell me what you went through. Tell me what you're going through. We can see and I can tell you if I've gone through it myself. So anyway, I'm going to talk to you guys later, and let me get these little things. I gotta run to the store. I'm getting a very, very late start today. I didn't really want to go anywhere for that reason, but I got a couple of things I gotta do. All right, later.